Alright, welcome everyone, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, episode 11.
We're getting real close to the end.
We've got a really wholesome previous episode where there's a lot of collaboration, working together, but specifically amongst the dragons and then some of the little ones.
Yeah.
They put on a lovely performance for the old people's home.
That will definitely be remembered for generations to come.
No, are you kidding me? They're old. They
Not.
forget like 2 days later.
Or before the play's even over. They're like, why are we here again? But it was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. And now maybe we have some new wholesomeness in store for us.
Yes, indeed. This is something where we got to see them be having a little bit more autonomy. So maybe there will be something where we'll get to see the dragons and a lot of the characters there kind of going off and doing something that instigates some more potential drama and or just hijinks. So, fun stuff. So without further ado, y'all, let's get into this. Oh.
Yeah.
But Kana's costume stays exactly the same no matter what.
Exactly.
Right, because everyone loves her here. She's the heroine of this shopping district. Oh no, that was the first place prize. The grand prize was the vacation. Oh. And more tissues. Third prize. Okay. A Kotatsu!
Yep.
Oh! Oh. She's like, what's that? She's like, keep warm. What do people have a problem with that?
Yeah.
Like, I just kind of go, like, and my insides just kind of, get primed,
I just think about Kobayashi, and then
I get warm in very specific regions, It's kind of interesting. The feel of this show gives me you remember Hinamatsuri?
Yeah.
Like there's a very similar vibe that this gives me in some way with
comedy and supernatural, but mostly wholesome and
slice of life. The idea that there are a lot of characters potentially in the story, but like it's more like we'll slowly just kind of get a constant slew of them, But there's like a central core cast as well.
In that good old found family.
Yes, indeed.
生チョコレートを買ってきますね。
生チョコ。
小林さんは実家とか帰るの？
いや、タキヤ君は？
俺は年末冬込みが。
Oh,
ああ。
nice. She's like, oh, that sounds fun.
おかえりなさい。
Wait, what did they do?
おかえり。
Oh, the Kotatsu! They love it!
お疲れ様でした。3日まで休み。
Nice. Oh, sweet.
いつも
Oh.
お忙しいんですから、お正月くらいゆっくり休んでくださいね。2つ当たってよかったな。ですね。季節の行事をきちんと取り仕切るのはメイドの務めですから。
She has the neck, the neko that just mouth.
もしかしておトイレですか？めんどくさい。
Ah!
トール、メイドだろ。
Go for me!
Because you just don't want to leave.
しょうがない。行くか。リモコン取って。
Has the remote! That's why you never want to be the first one to leave, because then everyone makes little demands.
It's like, well, so that I don't have to.
Right, yeah.
Just hibernating.
Yeah. A whole day passed, basically. Wow. Jeez. That is
年
nuts.
越しそばは明日食べる直前に打てばいいですかね。
I'm sure it's not important.
お客様です。
Right. It's not as important as this Kotatsu, and you just
誰だろうね。
No one's going to answer it.
誰でしょうね。トール呼んでるよ。しょうがないですね。
crawls over.
Yeah.
あ、佐々木部さん。
Oh.
こんにちは。よかったらどうぞ。
Oh, thank you.
よかったですね。
Hey,
実家からみかんがいっぱい届いたんだ。食べてよ。
so kind. This is awesome.
Yeah.
どうした？多分この流れ
Yep.
途端に 姉さん、これ鳥ですか？
そう、来年のあ
りがとうございます。
Yes, indeed. The year of the
早速
rooster.
飾らせていただきます。
She had it prepared in like already.
Yeah.
もっちゃもっちゃ
Yum yum
じゃ
yum.
もっちゃ。何度もご苦労さん。牛、トラ、あれ、なん
だ
っけ？タツ、ミク知ってるね。
Way to go,
正月
Toru.
に関してネットでいろいろ調べたら出てきたので、元旦の朝、神のところに来た早い者順だ
Oh, right. The dragon wasn't first, right?
あったね、そんな話。牛に乗っかってたネズミが一番をかっさらったとか。はい、ここでストップ。
Yep, yep, yep.
ドラゴンが牛とかトラとか、そしてウサギの後ってありえないじゃないですか。
You're an embarrassment to dragons everywhere.
Exactly.
まあお話だからさ、まあその近所付き合いとかいろいろもろもろありがとう。ありがとうございます。小林さんの味がします。
Wait,
しねえ
wait, 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 wait.
そうです。何か忘れてると思ったんです。どうぞ。
Oh, okay, yeah.
もう何年も書いてないな。
Oh, it was originally flat. Now it's smiling a little bit. Like, she's like, oh, yeah. Kind of. Wait. Just how much can she grab in
Yeah.
one?
着物着ようって貸してくれた。
Oh my gosh, of course she did.
Yep.
Yep, yep. She's trying to set up the most romantic little
Definitely.
moment for sure.
Fireworks, confession,
Yep,
and
yep,
everything.
everything. Oh my god, so much about Kana's outfit not
昔
changing.
母親に教えてもらったんだ。いいですね。可愛いで
We're
すね。
referencing mom, you know, family, thinking about family. Yeah.
Yep. Good catch.
Mm-hmm. So they're all going together? Ah!
Yeah.
Oh, my heart.
私の着物、丈があってよかったよ。着物だと胸も調整できますもんね。そうだね。数日、こたつの誘惑に負けっぱなしでしたが。あったか。
Oh. Oh my god.
Yep. Of course.
言っちゃ悪いか。その
Yeah,
着
yeah,
物は
what
一体
what is happening here?
Heck.
Hey!
小林さん
Fafnir looks like he's about to, you know, enslave humanity as a dark wizard, you know, like a Sith Lord, basically.
早く行くぞ。
Like-
甘竹がな
Oh, Toru's so
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
Oh, this is special.
こんな感じのよく飲んでたよ。昔を思い出
Well,
す
just to see Fafnir, you know, like
酔っ払ったせ
traumatizing
いで
people.
妹を
Oh, 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 oh.
Don't bring that up.
Couldn't banish someone as evil as me. Oh, oh.
お守りですか。悪病お守り。私が作った方がよほど効くの。翔太くんはお守りいらないのかい？花屋買ったんですか。
Oh, he bought one.
新しい呪いの研究を
Ah,
使え
he'll
る
study it.
Mm-hmm.
コミケどうだった？
ファフ君の呪いアンソロ2は言えなかったみたいだけど
Ah, I'm glad we at least got that.
Yeah.
小林さ
Uh-huh.
ん
He is dedicated, though.
あれは
That's
なん
right.
だ？初めて見た。
She says she's happy
Yeah.
about it.
願い事難しい。よくわかんないけど大凶っぽい。
Oh, crap.
もうあとは良くなる一方って感じかな。
Trying to put that positive spin
Yeah.
on it.
3, 2, 1. Oh.
明けましておめでとう。明けましておめでとうございます。せっかくなので皆さんをお招きするのはどう
We
でしょう
can't
。
all
We
fit
can all
under
laze
the
around
kotatsu.
together.
たくさんあります。
We could all just put their feet underneath the kotatsu, you
翔
know?
太くんと才川さん家には連絡入れとこうか。
You could probably stuff Kana Saikawa and Shota just
Oh.
underneath the kotatsu.
Yeah. So good.
小林さんのご実家の味を教えていただきました。
Another family reference there.
とは入れるなとあれほど言ったはずだけど。そろそろいいじゃないですか。新しい年になったことですし。来年も再来年もずっと無理。
The whole night.
The whole night, yeah.
カンナさんと一緒に初日の出が見られるなんていい年になりそう。アニメみたい。正月の間はお休みだね。
Eh.
うちはわかる。今 前ちょっと手が離せないんで。それ、小林さんのが近いじゃないですか。
Someone animated that.
Yeah.
Like, I love that was something that someone... Oh my gosh, yes.
Why cook? You know, let's just live off these oranges.
Right. The next day.
Uh-huh.
Just the same thing day after day. It's so boring. She wants to do her homework.
Yeah.
Family. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
元日には間に合わなかったか。年賀状なんて初めてね。うん。みんな元気?
First time she's ever sent a card to them.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But she did send cards before.
電話どなたです?
母親。家族、みんな元気だってさ。
And she's thinking about her folks. Yeah.
小林さんはお正月なのに家族と会わないんですか?
毎年正月は1年の疲れを寝だめで解消してたからね。別に家族と仲悪いってわけじゃない。人それぞれだと思うけど。
Yep, different for everyone, yeah.
私の場合はもうこっちでの暮らしが自分の生活になってるってことかな。会いに行かないの?
Oh.
ここでの小林さんとの暮らしが私の生活ですから。
No! Yes!
Yeah.
Oh! Dunked it!
Yeah.
Yeah!
スウィッシュ。
入りましたね。
こっち。
Wait. 3 of them, you know, 3 little oranges.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's yeah.
Uh-huh.
This episode is still going. Whoa!
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
So much for a good dream.
the sudden
Oh man.
Oh man, that reminds me of some weird dreams I've had where it's like you're just like, yes, I'm dreaming. It's wonderful.
Where did that come from?
Yeah. And then you're just like really like deviant, like really like just really weird, messed up things.
So, would you like to talk
No,
about it?
I really wouldn't. But it's just the kind of things where it's like it's a more just raunchy version of this kind of thing where it's just like, what the actual? Because I think in some level, if you dream about something like super kinky or what have you, or something ridiculous, it's kind of your realization of like, hey, you know, everyone has kinks and stuff, and it's like, okay, maybe I do like that. I don't know, but like, but you know, the fact that you're usually like instantly kind of going, ugh, it's like you probably aren't actually into it. It's just the fact that it's like you imagined it. Your subconscious came up with it. So, yeah.
I love that this is the conversation that we're having after the wholesome Lazy New Year's Dragon Maid episode.
Well, oh, that was a wonderfully wholesome and just adorable episode.
Yep, wonderful
So
episode.
good.
And yet, I would say this is probably the episode that has had the least happen so far in the show. Like, almost no contest. Like, the amount of stuff that just didn't happen. The amount of time where it was just
the power of a Kotatsu.
The power of a Kotatsu, right?
Indeed.
You know? Like, we understand a bit more maybe where Kazuma's coming from. Like the idea that, you know, when you're there, nah, I don't want to leave. Someone rings the doorbell. You get it. You get it. Toru. Okay, you know. And then open it. All right, cool. Go back. Wait, someone else is gonna come to the door.
Have any of you
it's
guys
gonna happen?
Right.
You know?
Have any of you guys out there had that moment where you're in your bed and you just like you fall in love with it and you're just like, and you just kind of start like you're loving it.
It's like, I am a human burrito. I am going to stay here.
Well,
forever.
that's a feeling though where you basically you burrito yourself with your covers or what have you. But I'm talking about the thing where it's more like you cannot touch the surface area of your bed with every portion of your body the fastest. So you're not being like lazy quiet, because it's different from the Kotatsu feeling that they're all getting here, but it's more of the just like
did this happen before or after the kinky dreams?
For those of you that don't know what he's talking about, I mentioned something at the end during the credits there. I don't know, depending on how this was edited or what have you, if you saw that, but I mentioned something about how you can have weird dreams because I empathize a little bit with Shota in a bit too honest of a way. Not too honest, but it was just here's the thing. But specifically with this episode, though, within the context of the family point that was going on here, it's been a thing for a while that Toru and Kana have found their new family with Kobayashi. However, one of the things that's been rarely brought up is the fact that they both, or not both, all three of them, have family that they're not currently in regular contact with for varying different reasons. Absolutely. Some of the reasons are more mundane and simple than others. It's just inconvenient for Kobayashi. Sure. It's something where it's just like, sure, we talk on the phone sometimes, but she's a grown-up woman out living on her own, and she doesn't need them, really. Yeah. But that's something that, for a lot of people, maybe they'd like to be able to need them. Maybe they'd want to be able to spend more time or just kind of reach out to them, but they're in such kind of a kind of state that kind of energy expenditure isn't something they're prioritizing. Well, so because Kobayashi's in such a good place, this kind of stuff just naturally bubbles up to the surface.
And the mom noticed that. Like, it was like, you actually sent a New Year's card. Thank you.
Seems lively over there.
Yep. And then, of course, the whole idea of Toru also maybe wants to meet Kobayashi's family. Like the idea that, like, okay, what exactly is their situation between the two of them? Well, Kobayashi doesn't really like to define it, but she's not ready to eat your tail meat. That's probably not going to happen anytime soon. But you are kind of like a little family, you know? And it would be nice to get to know the rest of Kobayashi's family, So I totally get that, and that was really cool. I love how this episode, even though there was so many times where there was kind of nothing happening, it was actively having nothing happen. Where like the idea of your family when you just laze around the house for multiple days on end, just like this is warm. Let's just we'll eat these tangerines until they run out, and then we'll buy more. Like that was one of the things that I love. Like you pointed out, the 3 tangerines on the Kotatsu is like for the 3 of them, which is great. I love that. But I also love the idea that we cherish these moments that we've spent together doing absolutely nothing together, of just lazing at the Kotatsu. That, let's make sure that it's properly stocked up so that we can keep doing that. Because not just for the laziness angle of it's comfortable and warm and awesome to do nothing.
And inconvenient to keep making grocery runs.
Right, exactly.
Food.
But also just hanging out together and enjoying each other's company.
Yeah. I would say one of the best kind of moments usually that ends up getting locked into a lot of people's memories when they're thinking about their connection to a specific person is that moment when you just spent a ton of time doing nothing together. And people just love that nothing, because that nothing actually means a lot more, because that meant that your presence, your spending time with them was sufficient to meet the needs of whatever they had that day, time, or what have you. And it's pure, it's precious, it's wonderfully wholesome. I love that Toru and Kana and Kobayashi are all also such different people that they all could find their peace and just pleasure in the Kotatsu in the similar way. I loved Kana's constant commentary, though, about how she kind of wanted little things to change. Like, she's getting a little bit bored of things, but
wanted to watch anime or do homework.
Right. But it was very pure in some ways that, kind of Toru and Kobayashi just kind of got that time because they're the two that have more responsibilities and such. So their roles are sometimes more defining their relationship than actually their activities. So this activity being something that unifies them and brings them into the same kind of place ends up in situations where Kobayashi is actually being asked to do things by the maid.
Right.
So I just thought that was a funny little Well, right, but it was something that brought them on equal terms in a way where Kobayashi wasn't like, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, you're the maid. There was a kind of a point where she's like, hey, you're the maid. Could you do this? And she's like, no, Kobayashi, how about you do it? And it's just like, that's wonderful because it puts them on that equal terms. And it's just,
I also got to say, the New Year's countdown with getting in kimonos and everything.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
That's so good.
I don't know. It was just a really happy time to see them all just sort of together and everything. And even though Kobayashi's like, nah, kimono's not really for her.
Right.
Like,
yeah. It was a very special thing, not just for the dragons in this case. We got to see all the characters and stuff in their cute outfits and stuff. So it kind of ticks off a box for a specific kind of traditional thing to do. But sorry, go ahead.
Well, that's what it was. It was also that Kobayashi was then able to think back on the year, and everything that had happened and how she was kind of she'd become a bit of a different person now, and the way her life had changed, and that this was going to be sort of the norm moving forward into future years, and how she felt about that.
And that is really, really special. I love that this was something where Kobayashi basically got to freeze time in some ways and just kind of go, oh my god, yeah, things really have changed. The idea that we get to invite all these people over and just hang out around the Kotatsu and eat food and stuff, that's something she just did not have. And I think that this is the reason maybe why this kind of an anime gets created, is that all the people working on this have experienced some level of what Kobayashi is going through. Now, was this a light novel?
I believe so.
Are you sure?
I'm not 100%
This isn't an
positive.
anime original, is what you're saying.
I don't think so.
Okay, gotcha.
Although it could have been. It was popular enough that if it was an anime original, that I could definitely see them making manga and light novels surrounding it, Yeah,
I just gotta say, though, that one of the things that this anime screams, though, is it's KyoAni, so that makes sense. But it's got so much effort and passion put into it that I almost on some level think that anyone that worked on this anime kind of had that moment where they realized, oh, I can really relate to Kobayashi. Kobayashi really is the perfect kind of stand-in character for a lot of people, and probably specifically Japanese people in this situation here where they're working hard in this specific job or what have you, but they end up being pushed into a place where they're not necessarily as connected. And they would love to have basically the situation that Kobayashi is going through right now. But I totally get with that too. I remember many times when I would have like a specific kind of job or a thing where I'd like do a summer job or what have you, and it would be something where I would be, kind of isolated, grinding out a specific kind of thing, doing time, and then my birthday would just come and go. And it'd be like, oh,
that was a thing,
That was a thing. Yeah, it's okay. But like the idea that there'd be people around you that would care so much as to make a big deal about something that's not really a big deal. So, all these traditional things, all these little cute things and stuff are things that Kobayashi probably doesn't care too much about. It's like, oh, it's nice. But the fact that there are other people around her that make a big deal about it, that get all passionate about it, she now vicariously gets stirred up into the enjoyment with them for these things because it's connecting her more to these people. And then it just all compounds on itself and leads to hijinks and fun moments. And just
one of the things that
good.
I am realizing now, we never got introduced to the neighbors at the place where Kobayashi was staying before they moved. Now, I at least I don't think so.
No, we did. That was
no, because I think that happened when they moved because they needed a bigger place. And I suppose I could be wrong.
But there was noisy stuff. There was all kinds of things that made those three specifically get brought up, though.
Sure, definitely.
That's how they have the gorilla, the wooden gorilla.
Yes. But I think that's interesting that we didn't actually meet them because, maybe Kobayashi knew them, but whatever. But we didn't have them. The fact that they came over by Kobayashi's apartment and were like, "Hey, here's this thing for you."
Yeah.
Maybe that's a traditional thing that still would have happened at Kobayashi's other place, but I'll bet you that maybe I'll pause it, that didn't happen at the other place, and because of, like, say, Toru and Kana living with her and stuff,
yes, well, it was because
these things are happening. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was because of Toru, though, because
I
wasn't
so.
Toru the one that specifically went and confronted them about this?
Because I want to say that was her.
One of them was making a lot of noise cooking,
right?
Whatever that means.
Then the other one had the music.
The other one had the music, and then the other guy
was doing the wood carving.
He was doing the wood carving and stuff. So yeah, but they all had been introduced before. I just think it was a question of whether or not Kobayashi knew them.
Okay.
But yeah, they had been introduced before.
I don't think so, because I thought that was when they moved there. But anyways, that was just something that I thought was really cool, because it was another way to showcase that Kobayashi's life had kind of been changed in a pretty wonderful way, even if it was a simple way.
For sure.
As a result of Toru and everybody being here.
Yeah, but really sweet episode. You're right, not a lot happened, but I think they built up a couple things here.
They did.
That that curse.
Oh, sure.
I want to say that's probably the only like legit, like hardcore, genuine foreshadowing this show has had for plot reasons. Like,
okay,
and I think there have been others, obviously, but I meant like this is probably the most extreme potential example of one, because there's this potential thing going on with Toru and
her dad.
Her dad.
Yeah, we got a good shot of him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is kind of the build-up thing where you're like, hey, guess what the finale is going to be about? Family drama. Guess whose? It is of the dragon variety.
I mean, because this is episode 11, and I think there's 2 episodes left.
2 episodes left.
Yeah, so that would fit kind of.
But yeah. But there we go, y'all. It's a new year.
Yep.
Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and you can talk with Jake about the sci-fi novel he wrote and published.
Yes, wrote a sci-fi novel called Battle Lines. It's super awesome, and it's on Amazon for purchase. Link in the description down below.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see it there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.